All right, good afternoon, ladies.
Hi.
I'm so happy that you guys came in. It takes a lot of courage to come in. I know that, your parents, sent you here, but still so good that you guys both came. Before, like, we talked about our informed consent, and so I'm just gonna, like, go over, like, some of it. So, like, our confidentiality, like, this is completely confidential. Um, you guys are both over 18, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't have to share what we discuss in here. But if there's ever, if you guys tell me something about a child or an elderly person or something like that that's in harm's way, or if you guys are planning on harming someone, then of course I have to report that if you plan on harming yourself. Of course, I have to report that. You don't have to worry about the fee because your parents have already taken care of that, but it is $150 an hour if you guys ever wanted to, like, we continued. And let's just go to the second page of it.
Yeah.
Also, if you, for whatever reason, can't make it, I do require 24-hour notice. So you guys have any questions about our informed consent?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so what brings you two in today?
Well, we've been having a lot of issues at home, and we like argue a lot, and it's just kind of gotten out of hand. And so our parents said that maybe we should try going to counseling.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And Nadia, you are how old?
I'm 23.
23. Okay. And Jessica, you are?
22.
22. Okay. All right. So, I read in your intake that your parents are married.
Yes. My mom is married to her dad.
Okay. So how old were you when they got married?
13.
13. Okay, so I'm assuming that you were probably 12, Jessica?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and how is your relationship with your parents?
I feel like before my mom got married, me and her were really close, and then after I moved in with Jessica's dad, and she's just not been, we haven't been as close, and we've had kind of a hard relationship, and I'm not really that close to my stepdad at all.
Okay.
And I feel like Jessica's highly favored and doesn't get the same discipline as me or repercussions for things, so it really bothers me, and it makes me not want to be a part of their family.
Okay. Jessica, how's your relationship with your parents?
It's great. They're very loving and kind and supportive of everything we do.
Okay. So I want to go back to what Nadia said about not feeling like your parents, your mom and your stepdad, favored Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think?
For example, like the other weekend, I snuck out of the house and I got caught and got my car taken away. I got grounded. I got in a lot of trouble. And Jessica got caught smoking a Juul and having them, and even in the house. And we have younger siblings, and she didn't get it taken away. She didn't really get in trouble. They just kind of said that's not healthy. You shouldn't do it. But they didn't give her any kind of punishment. So I just felt like it was really unfair.
Okay, and then did that happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that you should have been punished for the Juul? Or is there like a house rule that there's no smoking, or?
I didn't think it was a big deal. It's just whatever.
I mean, there's no rule, but it's kind of obvious because we have young siblings. Why would you want to smoke around them,
Right.
And
okay.
I got caught sneaking out, and I wasn't even doing anything bad. I just went to hang out with my friends, and so it's just
But is there a rule against? You guys have a curfew?
I mean, we're adults, so not really. My mom prefers that we get home earlier, but
So you
I
were
didn't feel like
sneaking
doing
out.
it.
You just have to tell them where you're going if you leave at night.
Oh, okay, and you didn't do that.
No.
We were worried about her, what she might be doing.
Right, because I'm the bad child.
Okay. So, do you receive what Jessica's saying that she was worried about you? Do you think she was worried about you?
Maybe.
Do they have reason to worry?
No.
Okay. So, Jessica, from your perspective, what do you think is the biggest hindrance to you and Nadia's relationship?
I'm always very kind to her, and she
Mhm.
always comes back with anger and bitterness and tries to physically attack me sometimes.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about that, or?
I feel like she thinks she's nice, but she's not as nice as she wants to think. And I feel like it's like this act. Like I don't feel like she's really nice. I feel like she's just trying to be the good kid. And
Right.
I'm the black sheep, literally.
Okay. The black sheep, literally. Would you like to expound on that?
Well, first of all, I'm the only colored person in my family.
Oh, okay.
And the black sheep is the bad one. You have to watch out for them and make sure they're not doing anything bad. And so I feel like that's how they look at me. And I feel like she does bad stuff, but since she's quote unquote good and nice all the time, they just assume that it's not a big deal and that she's not going to get into trouble with it.
Okay. So when you say black sheep, do you mean are you saying black sheep because you are black? Or are you saying black sheep because you see yourself as being excluded?
Yeah, both.
Both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So would you consider Nadia the black sheep of the family?
No. I think our parents love all of us pretty equally.
Mm-hmm.
Even her mom loves me and my dad loves her. They love our siblings that are from both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel loved, Nadia?
I do, but I feel like yes, but I feel like it's kind of conditional, and I feel like it's not the same as Jessica.
Okay. When you say not the same as Jessica, what does that mean?
Like I said, with the getting in
Joy.
trouble thing, I just feel like nothing is ever fair,
Right.
and she gets away with things that I can't. And I feel like she's very quiet and shy, so it seems like she's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
But with me, I'm more loud and express how I feel all the time, so it gets me in more trouble. And she's gotten in trouble in the past for other things too. She got caught at homecoming, years in high school. She got caught drinking alcohol, and she actually got kicked out of the dance. And so me sneaking out shouldn't be a big deal.
Right, but we're talking about
bringing up high school.
we're talking about something that happened in high school to the present time.
Well, we were all living together during that time.
Yeah.
So it's just to show you how long it's been that this has been going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
she doesn't get in trouble.
has there ever been a time that you guys could say, maybe earlier in your childhood, where there was harmony and there wasn't this friction?
Yeah, when it was just me and my mom,
Okay.
not with their family.
Okay. What about you, Jessica?
I always kind of liked her, but I think it's been hard to get along ever since we moved in.
So this has been going on for 10 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents just kind of forced it upon us and was you need to live with this person and now they're your sister.
Yeah, I just feel like it wasn't fair, and I don't get to see my real dad as much, and it just bothers me. And I feel like it's just I'm old enough, but I had to do that when I had no choice when I was 13.
Right. How would it look if you guys could maybe just learn to maybe coexist? How would that look? How would coexisting look?
I don't know because I feel like I can't because it just I feel always bothered by the fact that I feel left out. So I feel like that's what hinders me from getting close to her or her dad or even my mom because I feel that way and I just feel like they don't understand or try to see it. So I can't. And when I'm telling someone how I feel and they're just ignoring me and they don't understand. It's really, it doesn't make me want to be around them or coexist with them. It makes me want to run away.
Okay, and how does coexisting look for you, Jessica?
I think if we didn't talk to each other, it'd be peaceful, maybe.
You didn't?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, I never like had a sister, and I think now I wanted to like, now that we're adults, like work it out. But I don't know what she needs to get her stuff worked on.
So there's a lot that we do need to unpack. I would love to have your parents in if you guys are comfortable with that.
Yeah, I feel like that would be helpful.
Yeah, I think it would be helpful too. I also think that there may be some unresolved childhood stuff for you with your parents getting a divorce and then getting remarried super fast. Like that, I could understand like how that's difficult, and I can understand wanting to get your mom back, you know. But I think if we could maybe have a shift of like, you didn't lose your mom, you just gained another family, and you still talk to your dad. So I think that like our focus is just gonna be maybe like building connections with each other, and like if we just have to start like basic, like are there things that you guys both enjoy doing or both like have interest in?
Yeah.
Like music, or like even like you guys both have your nails done. If you guys wanna just have a date. But one thing I do want to talk about before our time is up, because our time is actually almost up, is about the altercation that sent you guys here. So your parents in the intake form said that there was an altercation.
Yeah, she attacked me.
Okay, well, I only attacked her because she started it.
Okay. How about Jessica? Will elaborate on what happened to her her experience, and then you can elaborate on what your experience was. Okay, Jessica.
Yes, something happened where we both messed up, and our parents came to talk to us, and she was upset that since we did the same thing, she got in more trouble than I did. And then she tried to tell me and my parents that it was about her race and that no one likes her or treats her the same. And I was telling her that wasn't true and that she needed to like change her thinking. And then she said that I was messed up in the head and hit me.
Okay, where did she hit you?
In the head.
Okay. What was the something bad? You don't have to share it if you don't want.
I don't want to share.
Okay. Nadia, do you want to give your
so
side of it?
basically, that's pretty much what happened. I just got really triggered when she said, like, I have to change my thinking because, again, I already feel like no one understands me, and, like, I just feel like this think it's my fault, and, like, I just need to, like, stop thinking that and stop feeling that way. And they're not allowing me to feel what I feel and accept it. They're saying that I have to change it, so it just kind of reinforced everything I already feel, and it made me really angry, and since she's the one who said it, I just, like, got really upset and ended up hitting her.
Okay. When did you realize that was it a thing that you were black in your family, or did they not talk about it?
No one really talked about it, but when we went to school together, when we were 13 and all moved in together, everyone always would comment on my race and on my skin color and like say I was adopted or like just like look at me kind of weird. So I think that's like a part of why I felt weird. Like my parents never said anything about it or treated me, or from what I felt at the time, didn't like treat me differently or badly because of my color. But I think because of the comments from my like peers, that really affected me.
Okay.
I feel like that's where it started.
And were you aware of what was happening at school?
Not really. I didn't think it was a big deal. I mean, we were both kind of treated badly for different things, so.
Yeah. Okay. I think that sometimes when someone is expressing how they feel, it's not always helpful. It's actually not helpful at all to say, like, you need to change your thinking. I think what would be helpful, what would be helpful is kind of validating those feelings, even if you don't understand them. I think that would be way more helpful. And as sisters, you know, you guys, stepsisters at least, you guys have this opportunity to be there for each other, right? And that's what you wanted. You wanted a sister. And so I think moving forward, because we do have to wrap this up, moving forward, you could, instead, when Jessica's sharing how she was bullied in school, instead of having a comparison game, you should, you could kind of validate those feelings, right? And then when Nadia talks about feeling like the black sheep, or, you know, being the only person of color in the family, you know, that could be lonely, that could be isolating. And so just also like kind of validating those feelings, and even if you don't understand, right, just instead of kind of brushing it off, you know, like those are, right, those are very deep things. So I do have some homework for you girls.
Great.
I would love if you guys could write each other a letter of what you want to say to each other, but you can't because, you know, it would start a fight, or for whatever reason why you felt like you couldn't. Anything you want to say to Nadia that you can't say verbally, and Nadia, anything that you wanted to say to Jessica that you can't say. And also, I don't know if you're interested, but I would love to like refer you for some like personal counseling.
Yeah,
To kind of deal with the isolation feelings and things like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right, I'm so happy you girls came in. I would like to see you guys next week. Does this time work?
Yeah.
Okay, so next week at 7, Sunday at 7. All right, I'll give you guys a card.